It's Unfiltered with Mo and Drew in the midday. Weekdays 11 to 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat.
Listener discretion advised.
What's going on?
It's Unfiltered with Mo and Drew in the midday. Weekdays 11 to 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat.
Listener discretion advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
103.5 The Beat. That's right. Officially, it is the weekend because it's a holiday. All right, y'all know what's going on. You are locked in on a Thirsty Thursday, also known as a True Friday. And of course, it's Unfiltered. All right, we are brought to you by our good friends over there at Ricardo Rum. Don't forget to check them out for those new pre-mixed punches. They got rum punches they got going on in Smashing Gumbe and Hard Switcher. The chokehold is real over here. I won't even hold you. Definitely check them out. 700 Wines and Spirits location. And of course, any of your other favorite liquor stores, restaurants, anywhere at this point, your favorite watering holes, they definitely got you covered. All right. So, to also as well, don't forget to make sure you go on and check out Atos. That's Wendy's, Marco's, and Popeyes for all of the breakfast, lunch, and dinner items that you love to love. They are definitely going to make sure that they get you together. And of course, don't forget they have a brand new location right there on Mackey Street. That's their Popeyes. All right. It's Mo and Drew in the midday. Like I said, happy Thursday to everybody. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. And hopefully this week has been an easy one for you. I've come to realize I think it's harder with the holidays on a Friday than the Monday. Like I feel like when the week starts off short, it goes faster, but when you go into the Friday, it just feels longer. I don't know if it's because
Yeah, because you're missing a day.
you have to. Well, you're missing a day either way.
Yeah. Because you're missing a day.
Because you miss a day either way.
No, you're missing a day.
You-
Mondays don't count.
Why Mondays don't count?
Friday, knowing you're going to be off on Friday, it's different time-wise than Monday. Because then Monday just becomes baby Sunday. Actually, it becomes super Sunday.
Yeah.
Because everyone has that anxiety of Sunday going into work on Monday, but now you've made Monday into the Sunday, which no one enjoys.
Yeah. So we agree, and you just felt a bit difficult.
What? No, it feels different.
That's exactly what I said. I literally said it feels different when you have the Friday off versus the Monday off. For some reason,
Yeah, explain it.
all right.
I'll break
You
it down.
intend on being difficult today. Why? Why?
We're 2 minutes into the show.
Why?
You said today. This overlapping today.
Yeah.
2 minutes in.
From you walking the door, just problematic. For no reason.
I've been on my laptop, beloved.
I was like, appointments is be. Well, I just go early because that's what people just do. All right. Well, if I could have gone early, I probably would, right? You don't think if there was a 9 o'clock, I'd go at 9?
It's getting so personal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is at this point.
It's getting so personal.
Anyhow, also what I really wanted to talk about.
Yo.
You know what trend I've been noticing?
Sorry.
No, you're not. You know what trend I've been noticing of late? And I know how I feel about it. In fact, I know exactly how I feel about it. Thugs and Crocs.
I agree.
Have you been seeing this?
Yes, you're right. I scared.
See?
I scared.
See?
I know.
No, see? You see it, right? Anyway, good morning, D'Angelo. How do you feel about Thugs and Crocs? Because I know what it is. Like, I was a couple places in the last couple of days, but I really noticed it last night. I had to make a note of it. And these dudes, gold teeth up. They got the coin chain on. They outside here. They got a little rat tail in the back. And then Crocs. And I was just like, they just, anybody at this point. Nurses, thugs. This dude have an ankle bracelet. It's cool. Crocs are just built for everybody. I feel like there was a time when a Croc was a sensible shoe for people who had, hard work to do.
And I'm not trying to be difficult. When were Crocs a sensible shoe?
Crocs were made for nurses, chefs, people who are on their feet all the time. That's why they were sensible. They were really built for people.
Oh, you don't know the story of Crocs.
Okay, go ahead.
So remember the movie...
no, I know how they became popular.
Right.
But my point is, the people who were wearing them were people who needed them because they actually helped them do what they need to do because they were on their feet all day.
Right.
But then they became fashionable. Now people are here accessorizing them, and now thugs just out here.
I don't know if
in these streets in Crocs.
I don't know if it became fashionable or people were just people just gave in. I tried Crocs. I didn't want to be a hater. I tried wearing them. I'm like, this is just loose barefoot. At no point did I feel comfort. I was like, oh, okay, they're not more comfortable than Converse. They're not more comfortable than like any shoe. Like again, no shade. I have family that wears them. They love them. They have different variations. Mel comes in there every day
I
with
can promise
Crocs
you
on.
people would definitely beg to differ as far as I'm not being. But again, I think it's probably your comfort level as well. 'Cause
Right.
You personally,
Right.
you like a flip flop. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I think
not anymore due to my foot complications.
well, fair. But like, I think for the average person who doesn't particularly like a sandal or a slide or a slipper, it's just a little. Yeah, I just say even thugs want to be comfortable. Shout out to Alicia say you gotta show them off. Good morning, Delarice. How you doing?
Shout out to Tunes who says Crocs still don't make sense as shoes.
Says Crocs are super expensive, baby. That's the other thing. They're not cheap. I mean, to be fair, I don't think that everybody is wearing like the real version of the Crocs because at this point, they got a version of Crocs in super value. So like,
The irony of why Crocs were created and the stigma against them to now where they're at is
it's telling.
It's proof of the human condition.
It's telling.
It's a little bit telling, but anyway. Listen, whatever floats your boat, but I ain't here to be mad at no one. If you like Crocs, God
do your
bless.
thing.
I had people talking. Ooh, Miss Clace. I think people talking mess to me. I was like, "You wearing the thong slippers?" Yes, I was. I was wearing the thong slippers. That was my comfort level. If you like Crocs, then God bless.
Yeah.
But if you wearing Crocs to like a wedding, which I've seen, if you wearing Crocs to like a funeral, which I've seen,
this has become a thing now where after like for the reception, like the bridesmaids and the bride, they'll all have like Crocs that they all got in the same color to like coordinate with dresses so they can now be comfortable at the reception part. And they like bedazzle them with the like they have the little clip-ons.
What do you call it when you immediately divorce someone right after you get married? Annulment.
Yes, an annulment.
Yes, I'm getting an annulment. When you put Crocs, you could be. I'd rather you be barefoot. I would genuinely rather you be barefoot at my wedding than to wear a pair of bedazzled Crocs as the woman I chose. That I chose. Like that's a problem.
I mean,
that means I didn't see this.
I'd rather not be barefoot, but
no, I'd rather be barefoot.
I would likely more choose to be in Chucks. Like that's always been the thing I thought I was gonna do. I was probably gonna get some white Chucks, and that was gonna be my like after wedding to do it.
Now you're just flirting.
But that's my. But that's my era. So that's.
Was that you turning the frown upside down? Was that you just kind of?
I don't think I care if you smile today.
Was you trying to course correct? Okay, I see you. That's not a problem.
Podcast. Anyhow, shout out to DeAndre say I love my bootleg Crocs. That's what I'm saying. Like most of the times these ain't Crocs, they mocks. But it's fine. Like they're comfortable. I see why y'all doing them. They're easy to slide on.
Did you say mocks?
Mocks, yes.
Okay.
So, do your thing. I'm out at it. I feel like realistically, hey, a trend is a trend is a trend. I would have never guessed that these shoes that they was making me buy for culinary school, not quite the Crocs version, because you can't have holes in your shoes to be in the kitchen. You shouldn't anyway.
There's
but
a hole in the bucket.
I never thought.
Liza.
Shout out to
with what shall
PG,
I fix
who
it?
says no dread. I naturally have Mondays off, and that's literally an adult life hack. Well, if that's an option, yes. For the rest of us, you know what I mean. We out there struggling, fighting for our lives.
Quick question.
On a Monday.
Need a favor. Off topic. Just doing it. Anyone knows anyone that rents out those not ATV buggies that tourists do? Like the little 5 and 6 seater buggies you could drive around downtown and like do whatever. Hit us up at 323-7775, please. I need one. My sisters want to do a thing on the weekend. If y'all know the people who rent out any buggy, that makes sense. Thank you. This is me weaponizing my platform.
As you should. You better.
Yeah. By the way, I don't want it for free. I just want to know who does it.
Yeah, how to find them.
So 323-7775. Let me know, please. On my personal number. Let me give you my number and say it's mine. Go on.
Shout out to D'Angelo who says, I hate slides. I always preferred flip-flops / thong slippers.
Yo, shout out to D'Angelo. I don't like slides.
I know a lot of people who don't.
I don't like slides. I've never liked slides.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who
Why do y'all like slides?
The reason I could see why people don't like slides, first of all, because some of y'all, I don't know what's be happening, but y'all foot is be pushed so far forward. It's like your toes gripping the front of the slippers.
I'm not comfortable in slides. I have long toes, so I literally grip the front because I'm scared I could fall.
Yeah, it's no good. The thong at least gives you somewhere to go. It's like, all right, it's locked in. You know?
The thong has a purpose. You know what I mean? But no, I don't know. God, please miss me with the slides.
Shout out to D'Alicia, who I think is going to get you a little excited here. But say when I get my hands on these Naruto Crocs, it's done. Listen, at this point, I feel like...
Shout out to the Naruto Crocs.
There's...
that I will allow.
This person said terrific tours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They have a...
I encourage you.
Thank you. Thank you for your speedy responses.
Hey, if not, why not? perks are limited, but let's let's use them wisely if we have to be completely
Again, I'm paying full price. I need a name.
Yeah,
that's all.
I sent it to you. All right, folks, we got to pay some bills, but yeah, shout out to all my comfortable thugs out there rocking the good socks and Crocs, because, you know, you deserve to also as well.
Thank you.
That good ankle bracelet support is necessary.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we are going to pay a couple bills, and we will be back in short order. Got to remind you, it is all about Ricardo Rum. Inviting you to turn up the flavor with the new ready-to-drink rum cocktails made up of Bahamian rum with 8% alcohol, authentic local flavors, and just pure deliciousness, all right? Don't forget Hard Switcher and Smash and Gumbe. You can find them at any 700 Wines and Spirits location or your favorite liquor store. Two also as well. Don't forget it's going down. It's all about Carifta Swim. Dunkin' Donuts Carifta Swim, that is. Dunkin' Donuts, of course, is proud to sponsor the 2024 Carifta Aquatics Championships between March 22nd and April 7th. You can stop into your favorite Dunkin' Donuts location and pick up a half dozen donuts for the team. Go Team Bahamas, all right? Bahamas swims on Dunkin', and of course, that's going down in a major way, all right? So now through April 2nd, you can go down there and support our Carifta team. And last but certainly not least, if you are ready to turn up with the beat, then of course you know it's time for you to come party with us, all right? As you know, the beat turns 6, and it's going down Friday, April 5th at Waterloo. Doors open at 4 p.m. There's going to be lots of prizes, surprises, giveaways, and just our way of saying thank you for you, our dedicated listeners. We have huge, amazing packages for people like Caribbean Wines. We got Bahari, Beauty Shack, Masari, Perfume Bar, and much more. And we have a huge gift basket to give away that's worth $1,200, loaded with perfume and cologne and all kinds of different stuff in there, all right? And it's big, it's beautiful. Now, there's one catch. For you to enter to win the grand prize, you have to make sure you RSVP at 103beat.com, all right? Don't forget, if you don't RSVP, it's $10 after 7, but if you do RSVP, you get in free all night, and you get entered to win our grand prize. All right, so we'll have door prizes, floor prizes, dressed prizes, all kind of prizes. It's gonna be a night of fun, and of course, doors open at 4, but we gonna keep going till the drinks stop drinking. All right.
That's what I think.
So see y'all there. That's next Friday, April 5th.
Bahamas are the real place news, and starting off on a somber note. I think we all know what I'm about to talk about, so let's deal with it. Bahamas are the real place news. A former member of Parliament, Don Sanders, was gunned down in Gambia Village Wednesday night, sending shockwaves across the country and the political divide. Sanders, 49, was a former deputy speaker of the House of Assembly and former Tall Pines MP. He was reportedly gunned down near a bar, becoming the 35th murder victim of the year. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez stated that at the scene that armed robbery was the motive, though no specific target was identified. He emphasized the concerning rise in homicides and armed robberies. Free National Movement leader Michael Pintar stated on the scene, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with his family." Sanders, he noted, was a very popular Bahamian who contributed pro bono assistance to many and urged sensitivity to the family's grief. Pintar also asked for public cooperation to bring justice, urging respect for the family's privacy and praying for justice for all affected by crime. At the time of his death, Saunders served as as one of the F&M's deputy chairman. He was married to Tiffany Nee Bullard Rigby, with whom he had 2 children. Saunders' son was due to take part in the Carifta swim team this weekend. His father, Archdeacon Keith Cartwright, was at the scene along with several senior F&Ms. Saunders served in various capacities in the Free National Movement, beginning in 2002. He worked in a number of leading law firms in the Bahamas. After completing his pupillage at Higgs & Johnson, he was engaged as an associate at Hallsbury Chambers 2003-2008, and subsequently at Graham Thompson 2008-2012. Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis also posted a tribute saying, I'm deeply saddened by the tragic reports that Don Sanders, former Member of Parliament, Deputy Chairman of the F&M, has been killed. My wife Anne and I extend our sincerest condolences and prayers to his wife Tiffany, children, family, friends, and colleagues during this time. I ask that as the investigation is carried out, we respect the family and allow them space to grieve. This is a incredibly sad story. What I don't want to do is, while grieving, while this is sad, I'm going to do that. Anyway, regardless, rest in peace to that gentleman. I know people who knew him. I did not know him at all, but people who knew him, and they were like, he was such a kind guy, such a good guy. Like, the reputation speaks for itself. even in hindsight. It's not. I've not heard one person say a bad thing about him. So rest in peace. I don't know what this.
Condolences to that family. That's.
I don't know what this speaks to, the crime. I don't know what this speaks to. And again, I'm still 10 toes down on you can't control crime. You can't control what goes down. This is not Minority Report. But when someone of this level is killed, you tend to feel it, and you tend to think, okay, well.
Particularly somebody who was not involved in any, because we've been,
Right.
I think, sitting on our laurels of, it's only affecting the people who are in that lifestyle. But clearly it's
And I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty of being like, it's only people, it's the murderers getting murdered, and both things can be true. This is both tragic and the crime is out of control, and the police can only do what they can do. So rest in peace. Moment of silence for him. Oh, okay. Our condolences to the family. Another popular Real Place News: a man who was arrested but then released after an armed robbery of quality supermarkets on Tuesday claimed officers humiliated him. Wait, what? Let me repeat this again. A man who was arrested but then released after an armed robbery of quality supermarkets on Tuesday claimed officers humiliated him, and he felt forced to drink sewer water to stay hydrated after suffering a panic attack while in custody. Am I wrong for my sentiments in that being boo-hoo?
No, because they said he was later released, so maybe they had the wrong guy.
I guess. Gino Smith, 45, said when police refused to let him make calls and ignore his plea for water, he accidentally broke a cell water pipe. He said to secure his release, one of his clients had to pay officers $270 to repair the pipe, even though police concluded he had not committed the robbery. His client, Victoria Allen, confirmed the payment to this publication yesterday. Mrs. Smith alleged he was ridiculed and verbally abused while detained at the Cable Beach police station for a crime he did not commit. Quote, I started to have another panic attack, so I broke the pipe to drink water. And so when I broke the pipe to drink the water, everyone come out and say, oh, we're going to get you some food right now, he said. Quote, I said, listen, y'all trying to kill me in here, but I wasn't going to let them kill me. The only reason why I out today talking to y'all is because my client was looking for me. They wasn't going to let me out. According to news reports, Coley Marcus was robbed at gunpoint on Monday. Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings, who was very tired, told this publication that police questioned Mr. Smith because he fit the description of the perpetrator. She said officers had the right to do so, adding, quote, if we find you're not the perpetrator we're looking for, then you'll be exonerated. However, while you're in our custody, there's a certain level of respect and behavior that we expect from you as a citizen of this country while we execute our duties. Now, his claims of a panic attack, etc., is far-fetched for me from what I'm getting in the matter, but it remains under active investigation. Mr. Smith, who owns a landscaping company, said he worked at a client's home when the robbery happened. He said he caught a ride with an acquaintance to get spare keys after accidentally locking his car keys in his truck. He said during the ride, the pair saw a white hard hat and a white cap on the road which they picked up, and threw in the back of the truck. He said after being dropped off at the roundabout near Wendy's, he returned to his client's yard to resume work. He said shortly afterwards, armed officers approached and questioned him about his whereabouts and asked for details on the person with whom he was driving. Quote, I explained everything in detail to them and noted that he picked up the hats off the street, he said. One of the officers replied that was the information he was looking for. He wanted to know where that happened, and I directed him to the location. He thought helping the police would end his involvement in the matter, but quote, next thing I know, he added, he pulled back in the yard and said, let's go, drop your tools, pack up your truck and secure them and let's go. I said, officer, why am I going to the station? He said he's giving me a chance to tell him who the guys were, but I said, officer, I don't know no guys. He said his confinement was traumatizing because his cell had no windows, no toilet, and only one ceiling light. He said the poor cramp condition caused him to get disoriented and have a panic attack. He said to make matters worse, police humiliated him by talking to him harshly and claiming he was, quote, faking his attacks after checking his pulse. Quote, I was ridiculed and verbally abused by many of the male police officers. He said attempts were made to attack me physically, but they were stopped. I became silent and started to agree with them and humbled myself. He said he wants the officers held accountable and has hired a lawyer. So let me first off apologize. I did not read the full story to know that he was innocent in all this, so my jokes weren't necessary. All apologies. Secondly, I just want to defend the police. Y'all be good 75% of the time. Let me shoot y'all some bail. 75% of the time, I have y'all back. Am I wrong?
No.
I don't have their back. I'm like, yo, I just did it a story ago. But beloved, 1,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong. This is now the umpteenth person being like, yo, they humiliated me. I was unjustly accused of this. Now, I understand Kristen Skipping saying they have to do their duties.
Yes.
If he fit the description, I get it.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. But why the humiliation? Why the attacks? Why are you getting underwater? I'm sorry. If he had actually done it, I still think he deserves water.
Of course.
I'm sorry. That's my.
And again, we're still going based on allegedly, right? Because we're going on his version of the story. I'm sure the police have their version of the story. It's all kind of versions of the story. Like I said.
And every time we have these conversations, like, well, that don't go exactly like that. Okay, how does it go then?
Right.
Because
So,
it's a lot of people saying the same thing.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. But if that gentleman is in fact, not guilty or whatever else, or whether he was guilty,
Well, free.
like at the end of the day, is water a hard request? And honestly, I feel like I can understand somebody having a bit of an anxiety. I chill and mind my business. I try to do what I do, and next thing I know, I in a cell with no window, one light, no toilet. Just.
And I innocent.
Right. I can't get water. Nobody talking to me. Nobody.
Let me be
listening to
clear. I am a thirsty dude. You know this. I drink a lot of water. Also, I have anxiety. I would also have a panic attack if I didn't do a damn thing and y'all arrested me.
Well, and the
I'm
thought
sorry.
of jail also is terrifying for you. So.
Yes, I'm terrified of anal rape. So here we are. So no, I'm sorry. I get his position. Last but not least, bombs on Real Place News. Convicted child. I was waiting for you, boy. I was waiting for it. Here we go. Say, Dre missed the first part, but what was the humiliation part of the story? Apparently, he's alleging that they tried to physically harm him, and they were talking to him harshly. He did not detail what they said, but apparently they
He also said that when he was having his panic attacks, they were selling him. He was lying. Blah 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 blah.
But they did check his pulse, and that's why they said he was lying to shoot whatever bail y'all need. In other Bubbles on Real Place News, convicted child killer Kofi Goodman filed a constitutional motion in the Supreme Court about the deplorable conditions he faces in prison while serving a 55-year sentence.
Let's not get comfortable.
Justice Renee McKay heard Goodman's submissions as he sought relief from what he claims are inhumane living conditions in the prison. Who would have thought? In August of 2013, Goodman, also known as Eduardo Ferguson. Wait, what? How is Kofi Goodman also known as Eduardo Ferguson? Anyway, he was convicted of murdering 11-year-old Marco Archer in 2011. His conviction was set aside on appeal and a retrial was ordered. He was again convicted on May 30th, 2017 and was sentenced to 55 years in jail. Archer's nude body was found at Goodman's home a week after the child was reported missing by his family. Goodman represented himself during yesterday's proceedings. After the proceedings, he was escorted from the courtroom with a smile on his face. He would remain incarcerated at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services until he returns to court for Justice McKay's decision on May 24th. He is representing himself. I think me and Mo just saw a video of that yesterday of how well that goes. But apparently he's very upset about the conditions of the prison. Because I think he didn't know earlier about the conditions of the prison.
I mean, would that have changed your actions? Probably not. So here we are.
Wayne Monroe said he's on it. I trust that man as implicitly as he talks, which is slow. And that's your problems on the Real Place News.
Shout out to Spud who says, Drew, he was my classmate and all my life I knew him as Eduardo Ferguson. So here we are. That speaks volumes.
Yeah, that speaks volumes. And shout out to this gentleman who says, and I quote, "Tell him stop freaking himself out," in terms of the gentleman that was unjustly locked up.
Apparently.
Okay.
All right, folks. Well, y'all know what it is. We're about to take a break. Got to pay some bills. We got the news coming up. And, of course, the one DJ Melody on the ones and twos is going to do her thing for you, as she does in the Guinness Lunchbox Mix. Got to remind you, it is lunchtime, so I haven't figured out what you're going to do yet for lunch. Then make sure you go and check out Marco's. Marco's, of course, going to get you hooked up with all of your faves. You can check them out and see if you can try out their new deep dish pizza. And of course, you know me with the cauliflower crust. It'll be hitting every time, all right?
Ew.
Two also as well, don't forget, it is all about Ricardo Rum. Definitely check them out, do your thing. And try out those new ready-to-drink rum cocktails made of Bahamian rum, 8% alcohol, and authentic local flavors. We'll be back in short order with the news. Keep it locked. More than just music. It's 103.5.